bigger sister, Atanda Sarat, who is now a doctor. She won't like us to call her that name again unless you added doctor to her name. Dr. Atanda Sarat, congratulations on your forthcoming convocation ceremony. Atanda Sarat, congratulations once again. It is not any other person that wishes you with your younger sisters wish you the best, and it will be a starting point of good thing and good way for you. Congratulations once again, big sis Dr. Sarat Atanda, on your forthcoming convocation on Tuesday. You were all invited. Come to Unilong and celebrate with my biggest sis. Now, welcome back. I don't like keeping my guests waiting, but before going to the main topic of discussion today, which I would love to celebrate the teacher before going further. So after this beautiful music of the teacher, I'll come back to the program and the discussion of today's program. Thank you.
Ìran Yorùbá ní àṣà ìwọṣọ, wọ́n ní àṣà oúnjẹ jíjẹ, àṣà
Happy Teachers Day. Teachers are great, no controversy. Ipò olùkọ́, ipò ẹlẹgẹ́ ni láwùjọ. Iṣẹ́ akọ́nilọ́gbọ́n, iṣẹ́ akọ́nilóye ni wọ́n ṣe. Tíṣà ló pádájọ́, tíṣà ló kọ́ dókítọ̀. Tíṣà ni yóò kàn ó lẹ́yìn òbí ẹni. Ipò olùkọ́, ipò ẹlẹgẹ́ ni láwùjọ. Ipò ẹlẹgẹ́ ni akọ́nilọ́gbọ́n, iṣẹ́ akọ́nilóye ni wọ́n ṣe. Tíṣà ló kọ́ ẹnjìníà, tíṣà ló kọ́ báńkà. Tíṣà máa ní o, tíṣà ni yóò kàn ó lẹ́yìn òbí ẹni. Tó bá rí bẹ́ẹ̀, àdámọ̀ rẹ̀ kọ́ ni. Àdámọ̀ rẹ̀ kọ́ ni. Àdámọ̀ rẹ̀ kọ́ ni. Àdámọ̀ rẹ̀ kọ́ ni.
Okay, nose week anyway.
Not like
Have you? You've picked it, okay? Now, listen to these beautiful rhymes from my little chaps. And after the rhymes, we will be going for discussion of today, which is corporal punishments. Now, I had few or little interviews with some of the students of one few schools in Ilorin, Kwara State, in which after this small musical break, I would love to play the short interview with the students, and after that I will throw the questions open to my girls and the beautiful listeners who are listening to us and watching us live from the beautiful studio of Emirate Radio.
play it.
I've played it.
Okay.
It's not playing. Okay, welcome back from that short, beautiful rhymes from my lovely and wonderful chaps. I wish them success in their just concluded 4CA. I would have loved to bring the chaps in here today, but from the reports gotten from their schools, I learnt they just wind up their 4CA. So I wish them all flying and golden color success to them all. So probably we will bring them or have them in our studio next week. Now, my guest, welcome back to the studio.
Thank you.
The question for today is our panel discussion, in which the guests will be doing lovely and wonderful justice to it, in which I'm really willing to learn, is nothing less than corporal punishment. What is corporal punishment first? But before the guests can answer my question, let me quickly rush and play this few and short interview I got from some students I went to school. Is there any form of corporal punishment?
No. Yes, ma.
Okay. Explain.
Okay. Now,
To you, what is corporal punishment?
corporal punishment is the type of harsh punishment that they give to a student, like kneeling down, raising their hand in the sun for a long while, which can cause lot of damage to the child.
Okay. Like now, to you, is there corporal punishment in your school?
No, ma.
Okay. But you know what corporal punishment is?
Yes, ma.
Okay, thank you. Is there corporal punishment in your school?
No, ma.
Yes and no. There's yes and there is no. The reason why I said yes is because we are giving punishments such as big pin. Person can be there for a long time and their leg will become stiff. And again, no, because We do not really have, and it's once in a while after they have given the person warnings. That is when they give the person corporal punishments.
Yes, there's corporal punishment in our school, like beating and punishments and others.
Oh, thanks for that beautiful interview. During the interview process, some students are actually saying there is, while some say there is nothing like corporal punishment in their school. But in order for us not to beat around the bush, I would love the guests to do justice to it. But before I allow my guests to take the floor, because I know since I'm having an educationalist in the house, PhD in view, our doctor, some minutes, some months to back that beautiful set. Yes, inshallah. Okay, so I'm using that. Before I allow them to gain the grant, they will take all the whole time. But I would love to go on a short commercial break for the studio. So after we are back from the commercial break,
I think it is best I say.
Are you a business owner? Emirate Radio gives the opportunity for infant organization and commercials for advertisement and publicity on our varieties of shows and update for the growth and expansion of your commodity. Grab your opportunity today by sending a mail to info@emiratesradio.ng. Call 0913 4158 376 or 0806 134 6946. Visit Emirate Radio House behind Federal Ministry of Environment off Old Jebba Road, Ilorin, Kwara State, Nigeria. Emirate Radio, the voice of the people.
house opposite Kwaso Contact Office or Federal Ministry of Environment. The radio house is located there, and you can reach out to us on our studio line. Now, welcome back to the program. It's still your program in my school. Now, my guest, back to my question. The discussion for today: what is corporal punishment, ma?
Thank you for having me here once again. Before I proceed, I want to define corporal punishment. Corporal punishment is the act of inflicting physical pain on a child. So, if I want to talk about what the interview that you played earlier on, the students they are talking from experience, because some supported it while some opposed it. But those that support it seems they've been through it before. And the reason why teachers inflict punishment on students is because some students, is until you inflict it, that's when they will change. If not,
so thank you, ma. So are you not saying the students will never learn without them being punished?
No, I'm not saying that. There are a lot of ways for a teacher to change a student positively
and negatively. Okay.
If a student do a bad thing, it's your right to correct that student. But traditionally they believe that until you inflict pain on the children, that's when they are going to change.
Wow.
But I'm not supporting it. You can cancel them.
Good.
Some are doing it because they want to get your attention.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Yes, ma. Thanks for that beautiful answer. To you, sir, Mr. Abdul Wahab, what is corporal punishment?
Thank you so much, man.
You're
It's
welcome.
nice to be here.
Okay.
So from my my education is beside me here, and if I'm going to
Great
take-
researcher. I forgot to put that aspect.
the fluttering is too much.
It's too much.
So if I'm going to borrow from some of the definitions.
There's nothing too much for an educationalist. It's not easy to become it.
To be candid is not easy.
It's
But alhamdulillah.
It is not easy.
Teachers should be celebrated often.
I never say they shouldn't be celebrated. And we that are not educationists, at least we are trying our hand.
You have a way of
And you're
celebrating
making
yours
yourself
as well.
special. So now let me just talk a little on the how will I call it, the brief from the definition I've been able to derive from, to extract from her, and also from the correspondent from the interview.
Okay.
So I got to understand that I can define it or refer it as how will I call it, even from the way the person spoke, like she said, it's like they are talking from experience. So definitely when we can say, we can define it as deliberate infliction of physical pain on a particular individual. So but we do that to what? Probably as a disciplinary measures when you want to discipline a particular individual. So and corporal punishment, from history it has been, it has spanned through across different cultures and regions actually. So which is used to maintain discipline, to teach obedience, and to enforce rule. So it has been incorporated for what, throughout across different cultures and regions. So I, as a Muslim, actually, if I'm going to be talking from, because we Muslim, we try to integrate whatever teachings we have, we integrate it with the teachings of Islam. So if I'm going to integrate it with what, with our teaching on Islam has a perspective that talks about what, corporal punishment. Because one of the hadith of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Laysa man la yarham saghirana wa ya'rifu haqqa kabirana." Said the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said in the hadith, he said, whoever anyone that does not show mercy on our children, to our children, or does not how will I call it, does not give the right. What the right, when we talk about the right, we are talking about something that is being what, like how will I put it, or I don't know how to put it, something that is supposed to what it is doing to what, to a particular person, a right of a what, a particular elder, it is what, we respect them. So it's a particular word. So I don't want to recode the hadith the other way. So the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that hadith, it teaches us to what, to show mercy to what, to the children, and it's also what, also in that hadith as well, it also what teaches the what, the how will I call it, the young ones to also what, respect the what, the elder ones.
Okay. You said according to you, the Islamic perspective of it,
so, and I did
that
not,
we should show mercy towards the children. So being punishing them, is that still part of the mercy?
When you said punishing them in Islamic perspective does not condemn, how will I call it, punishing them. It is even in some of the how will I call it, some of rulings, our legal action in Islam, which is Sharia. So it talked about, there are some teachings, that there are some guidelines that go about what, inflicting how will I call it, flogging and beating individuals, victims are what, they are caught in what, in different what, and it is
different acts.
Yes, it is under what, it is under different legal actions.
Okay.
So but when we inflict deliberate infliction of what, of physical pain, So there are so many ways we can talk about that, but not to let's just go with your words. Let me just stop on that and let me move the word question to what my wonderful educationist.
Thanks for that answer, but like, okay, let me just quickly go to the second question of today. Since we are discussing about corporal punishment now, all this corporal punishment, do corporal punishment still exist in the school these days?
Yeah, I would say it does. Actually, it does. Because I was able to, when I did my NYC, I served in a public school. Which I happened to experience so many so many forms of what, so many forms of teaching, so many ways, method of teaching. And if I have to talk about it, most teachers look at corporal punishment as the most effective way of correcting or a particular individual or student.
Yeah.
But if we're to look a bit about the psychological part of it, it is not the effective way at all. Even Islam does not encourage excessive punishment. It does not encourage us to inflict pain on another person. So because in the hadith which I quoted before, he is not among us who does not anyone that does not show mercy to children. Understand? So that is to get back to your question. Truly, which I'm sure there are still I'm very sure that there are some teachers there that incorporate that uses a corporal punishment as the most effective way of correcting children.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me, before you press further in that aspect, yesterday I came across a video. I think it happens in Lagos, whereas a parent actually went to his child's school and beat up the teacher. So apparently yesterday I was just laughing. In fact, when I saw it on social media, what is happening? Is this man okay? Why will you think of going to your child's school and start beating up the teacher, your child's teacher? What impression are you giving to the child and the society at large? But the video, as human nature, the proprietress or the head of school happened to be a female, maybe the gallant one for that matter. When I saw that video, it reminds me of someone that is that active, like the proprietor or the head there. So it was actually the head that now brace up and fought for the teacher. So when they now say, calm down, no matter what happened, what really happened, that why will the teacher punish his child? So the thing was like, oh wow. So this thing was actually in line with what I actually had to discuss today. So like the case of that man that said it happens in Lagos, how will you rate such parents and such school? Because I know practically the school is a private school. If it is that kind of case, if it is actually, or it's actually not, don't let me even say if it is actually happen. If that kind of thing happen in a school, I know the proprietor is have the children interest at first. In fact, that teacher, no matter what might be, they might blame the parents. So I'm not saying they won't blame the parent, but that teacher will go on suspension without payment. In one school that I know, the proprietor always have the children interest at her first most at. So my girls, how will you, or what will you say to that?
Well, I would not want to blame the parents, because I heard about an incident that happened in Lagos in 2019, whereby a 12-year-old child was flogged to death
Wow.
by a teacher.
Too sorry.
because the child refused to do his or her assignments. Yes. So another one happened in Anambra, I think. So it depends. I don't know the kind of, it might be, maybe the father cannot, withstand the what is it called, the, how can I put it, like the way the child is. There are some punishment that even if the child gets home, the parents will be like, what happened, what did you steal anything from the teacher that make him beat you like this? So I cannot really blame the parents, but no matter what, the parents supposed to meet with the head of the school first before
going
attacking
to attack
the teacher.
Okay, thanks for that beautiful answer. Now, can this corporal punishment totally eradicated or scrapped in our school, be it private or public school?
Yes, it can be scrapped.
How?
Even some parts of Nigeria, they've already scrapped it. In Abuja, in Lagos and Ekiti, they've scrapped it. The state government scrapped it. And in New Zealand and Finland, they scrap it totally in the whole country. So why can't the other states to scrap their own?
During the course of the interview, I came across a public servant, a teacher of public school. When I asked her about corporal punishment, she said there's nothing like corporal punishment in their own schools. That's a government school. That they said that's you pew any spot or slap. She said nothing like that. That they had a case, even though they need to scare the students or the people with cane. The moment they had or they heard they are having visitor from the office, the next thing they will do is to quickly hide or whatever thing they are using, be it cane. And I said, but ma'am, sorry, since you know to yourself, this thing is not good, but still you continue doing it, are you cheating yourself or you are cheating the children? She said no, there are some children they need to put this in place for, yes, but mistakenly or angrily they can injure or inflict and pains on them. So I was not thinking, be it public school, private school, I don't think corporal punishment should be the main way to correct or punish a child.
So can I talk on that?
Yes, you can. That's why we have you in the house.
So you said something about eradicating to curb corporal punishment.
Yes.
Actually, there's everything has, even if a drug they use, we have used so many things. So
overdoing of things
when
is
things
bad.
is being excessive, understand?
Yes, excessive.
So actually, I don't say that it's I would like inflicting physical pain on a particular individual child is the most effective way of correcting a child. So, but there are some times that I will not say that I'm what, because as you can look at it, as you can see you're thinking probably out. I'm an example.
No, I want to like that. I'm about to throw that question to you.
I'm a teacher, which is just that I probably once in a while I do beat.
Once in a while?
Yeah, I do.
You are a teacher of whose school? Sorry.
I don't have to tell you that. I don't have to
no. Let me.
Probably
I might send a proposal through through you to.
Oh God!
Through you to the school.
So I'm shooting myself in the foot that I'm.
No, it might not be someone.
Does not allow beating. Does not allow beating. Does not allow what? Any sort.
In Kwara State.
Yeah.
Where are you located?
No,
let me guess.
I don't have to tell you.
I know of a school that if you deal with their child.
I'm a teacher. So I don't have to tell you.
There is even a surveillance, the camera, CCTV camera that school uses to check Come on, go and tell that teacher to bring the chair to the front. Let me check. If you beat a child in that school, you will go home or you go on suspension without pay.
So
although the owner of the school was actually my mentor and a great mother of mine. The school I'm talking about, I don't know the school you are from.
Don't worry, I'm not going to tell you the school I'm from anyway. So what I'm saying in short is that actually equal pronunciation can be what? It can be it can be proportional, even if it is going to be adopted, if it's going to be used, it's not going to be excessive. It's going to be proportional, so that it is not going to be what with the intention of, you can only have the adopted that with the intention of what, of correcting that particular child instead of causing what, pain of suffering to what, that particular individual. So there are so many ways we can adopt actually, and that is I'm in support that it is not the most effective way of correcting a child.
Yes, it could demoralize the child.
Yes, it can
physically, emotionally, socially. So we are using this medium to apply to all teachers, be it private, public schools. Please say no to corporal punishment. Even though asking the child to stand up,
excessive part of it.
No one is excessive. Even though asking the child to stand up, a mix of his or her colleague, you are abusing that child emotionally, verbally.
That is
telling that child, leave there, shouting on such child, you are abusing the child verbally. So you actually hurting the child. So true. My guess.
But there are some students that's the only language they understand.
When we say the only language,
let me say, I keep saying my mentor. So, she will tell you there is a thousand lovely ways you can correct a child.
So many
even
ways
though I know of one of my boss, Mrs. Muitala, you just say I should just change her face like this. Must you touch? You can correct a child even though with snacks, with sweets.
Yeah, that is correct.
That is still part of punishment. You can say that I will not play with you again. Give me Ogi. I'll be looking at her. Which one is Ogi? So it's wonderful and interesting being in the midst of teachers. At times, you will learn the way to train your children to correct or to behave.
It teaches patience.
Yes, teaching profession, it teaches patience. Okay, that's why they say they are nation builder.
Yes, and we are the mother of all.
Wow, see, teacher is happy herself.
I'm proud to be one. Alhamdulillah.
Yeah, teacher, well done. No,
thank you.
Kudos. Last week, unfortunately, you were not on my program when I celebrated the teachers. In fact, I applied to the government to make them more recognized professions. So maybe probably one of these days we'll go to the Ministry of Education, maybe to solicit for the commissioner support and talk on teachers' behalf. Probably the teachers, private and public school, they should be compensated beyond necessity. And back to our discussion for today. I'm not going back on that. By me looking at this, my guest, Mr. Abdul Wahab, he said he's a teacher.
Wow. Yes.
Which means he usually engage maybe slight or the make over punishment to correct his students.
I admitted to that already.
You admitted to that. I need to know the school you are working.
I will not tell you that.
Don't worry, I will make.
There's no way you can.
Great researcher is here. She will help me on that.
No, let me tell you something. There's this how would I call it? I said it before that it spans across different cultures and regions. Because there are so many ways that we use word. So different cultures use the word to correct. There are so many ways that it's been done. I'm not the part of that. I'm not among the side that's aligned with the people that inflict pain, suffering to what. It doesn't have to be excessive. It can be light, but the most
minimal.
Yes, minimal. Yes. Like the way our mothers train us. Before
No, when
You
you
know,
discussing
the school,
harm
I'm still
particular
saying
person-
I know one school, even though you as a parent, you can't beat your child in that school.
Sure.
You know the school. I don't know the school you are talking about.
It's just been form of advertisement. But you know, I love that woman, the woman that owns that school.
Which school you are
Eventually,
talking
I will say it because I love that woman. The life
Tell us
schools.
the name of the school. Oh, the light schools. Oh, okay, the one around.
I think it's a popular schools that one this
Yeah,
old Jeba Road.
Very popular.
Is it at that
Yes,
roundabout
at
that leads
the
to-
roundabout. Yes, the roundabout, the one that leads to Fate,
Okay,
Ayasai to
opposite
Songo,
GSS.
opposite GSS roundabout. So the owner of that school, in fact, that is one thing I love about her. But I know I learnt she is out of town
Wow.
for the progress of the school
Alhamdulillah.
as well. She is a wonderful person and a mentor to me. In which, in fact, I love that woman. She said, check around my school. There is a whole lot of surveillance. And I said, Ma, I'm sorry to ask, what about if, like your other building, I noticed there is no camera there. How do you go about that? I said, don't worry. I know the way of getting things. And truly, the woman really know how to get through her children.
Managerial school.
In fact, I give kudos to her. If other school can emulate such, even though it's not until you have a camera to check the activities of the school. She said there is a way she talked to them. If you are having any problem from your house, the moment you stepped out of your door, drop that thing. You can come across your children at the park. You can come across your parents. Will you insult them or transfer the aggression you are bringing from up to them? And I say, wow, this is a great place to learn. In fact, no wonder you are being called a teacher. So in fact, at this junction,
Before you end, sorry.
I'm not ending it. I'm taking the question back to you,
Oh.
girls. That since you say it can be totally scrapped or eradicated from the schools, but there is a way to do that in love. How possible can you make that happen? Because as a teacher, I know you'll be. I need to know the school you are working. I need to make more research on the student.
There are lots of ways in doing that.
Okay.
Number one, if you discover that a particular child is not doing the right thing,
Yes.
you can sit him or her down and counsel
Okay.
the students. Do you understand?
Yes.
Then another one is you praise them when they do the right thing, but you overlook when they do the wrong thing.
Okay.
Because if you complain when they do the wrong thing, they might be feeling somehow.
Oh.
Yes. Some children don't like it.
Yes.
Some children don't like it. They don't like when you correct them. But when
Wow.
you do the good thing, just
Okay,
praise
they
them.
want praises.
Yes, just praise them. That
But I know was it during the course of interview that there are two ways and two is it way of appreciation appreciating the students and punishing, like enforcement, reinforcement,
Positive reinforcement.
negative and positive. So which punishment is one of it, but the punishment aspect is I won't play with you again.
Yeah, that's okay.
But I learnt it was mainly used for the little ones.
But the one that hold them up.
Okay, we are still in the middle of the discussion. If you would like to participate to our discussion, which is corporal punishment, you can reach out to our studio line 091 34 158376 091 34 158376, or you can like our page Emirate Radio on any social media platform to contribute your own to this topic of today. corporal punishment, is it good or okay for schools, be it private or public school? So back to my guest.
Let me say something. You know, like I said, it's like you are still interested in knowing where I'm from. So
Yes,
probably by the end of this program, probably I'm going to believe that I'm going to.
By your
reveal
discussion,
some of the
I
facts.
see. In fact, I need to
Don't
make
worry.
some research from the students as well.
Which is okay. They love me so much.
They will love you.
Probably at the end of the program, I might.
If you happen to be working in that school, I said before,
Okay. Okay. You're talking about the school.
if you happen to be one of their staff there,
Okay. Don't worry.
they will have corrected you in thousand and lovely ways.
I never say that I'm in support of inflicting pain.
I know, but maybe it's anger or aggression.
I said if it is being ever,
Right.
if you want to adopt it, ever used, it can be proportional, not
Or
excessive.
minimal.
You understand? So,
But I'm urging you not.
so
I'm
adopt-
urging you not to
adopt
make
it.
use
That
of
we want
any
to
of.
eradicate corporal
Totally.
punishment.
Since Abuja can do that,
Yes,
you made mention of Ekiti State. So why we in Kwara State?
You know why it's most of the
Or do you
teachers-
want us to call on Lagos State to come here and take over the educational system from us?
Whatever you want. If you want that to happen. Okay, let me tell you something. The thing is that I think the problem that we have is that plenty of us we find it very difficult to restrain ourselves whenever we are angry, whenever we try to-
Temperament.
Yes. So I think that
Anger
is
issue.
I think that is the problem. That is where the problem lies most of the time because correcting, even if the stages of correcting, effective way of correcting children has stages. You understand? It has stages before you can just see. You cannot just look at this person that this person has been disturbing, and this person does not hit to anything I say. You understand? And just say, okay, let me give him this. Oh no. There are stages that you take for you to accomplish that particular thing you want to. Because if you have a good intention, the children we don't know, and there are so many. This is their brain. They are just they are just very funny. Because if I'm going to I can compare myself to when I was I don't even listen to anything. The only thing I know is what to play. You understand?
eat.
And who doesn't love food? Everybody loves food. So that's just it. So madam. So I don't think I have any other thing to say on that.
Okay, thanks. Still on your program in my school, my guests have been doing justice to a whole lot of things. What corporal punishment is, and during their discussion and explanation, I still got to know the corporal punishment still exists in some school up to today, and we are soliciting for the government support and the private school owners to please eradicate or scrap corporal punishment totally away from the school, so that it won't affect the students emotionally, physically. It causes a whole lot of trauma to the children. Yes, academically. The main thing, a child can decide that I'm not coming to school today because of what I don't like. If you pressurize the children or the student that much, he will tell you, I don't like, my teacher used to beat me. Oh, he asked me to stand up. Which results?
Last. Probably okay. He has been trying other ways. Okay. No, sometimes that's what.
It's not good. There is
not
a
good.
way to correct a child.
Okay.
There are thousands and billions ways to correct a child. Yes, trillion ways. You know, I keep on saying that woman. Go to her, you
So I
learn
think
a way.
I will have to take a class on that.
Yes,
So, because-
it's really interesting for you to take a class on that.
Contacts after this program.
Okay, don't
You
worry.
said the name of the school is Delight Schools, right?
Yes.
You speak highly of that school a lot.
Who?
The highly of what?
The school delight.
Delight
Okay,
Schools.
maybe. Probably we will be sending a proposal down to the school to invite their teachers if they will be chanced, or the students of the school. They would have been the one to be on my show today, but I learnt from the head of school that they just finished with their first CA, which is being too tedious for the students to make it available here, and they want the children to rest and have a wonderful
That's good. So you will send
weekend.
me your
So probably
proposal.
by special grace of God, they will be one of my hosts next week, either the student or the teacher. So in nutshell, corporal punishment is not good, and say no to it. In my studio, Mr. Abdulwahab, I'm facing you. Say no to corporal punishment.
Wow, Mr. Abdulwahab. My name is Mr. Abdulwahab Hussein.
Hussein Abdulwahab, son of Abdulwahab.
I don't know.
And
You're
my
emphasizing on only Mr. Abdulwahab.
no, he said he's a teacher. You are an educationalist. I don't need to be saying that to you because
the right thing from the wrong
yes, you
I
know
know
the
you
key, the do's and don'ts.
That's
You pass through the educational aspect of a
thing.
thing.
The bag head
And I
now.
know
No,
implication
you know the
of
implication of
brown
such.
punishment.
But he is an engineer in making. But maybe practically he passed through the teaching the teaching professions. That is why I keep on emphasizing. And I could even sense through his response that corporal punishment, it can be minimal. There is nothing called minimal. Please say no.
You say no.
Let us say no to it. My guest and I, no to corporal punishment.
Thank you, ma.
So, Mrs. Oniyeye, thanks for having you
It's my pleasure.
in my lovely program in my school. Would you love to be in this program or Emirate Radio next time?
Inshallah.
Is that next time?
Yeah.
Really? Okay. Mr. Abdulwahab, engineer in making. Would you love to be on
Mr.
our
Corporal
program?
punishment.
Yes, Mr. Corporal.
Mr. Corporal punishment. Yes, that is a
This
good.
corporal punishment.
You said that yourself. You said you use.
Okay.
Well,
I would
we
love
need
to
to
be here some
cancel
other
him
time.
on that.
Oh, I'm adding over
Don't
to
worry.
you. I'm
Yeah,
adding
don't
him
worry.
over
After
to
this
you.
program,
Being an
I'll cancel
educationalist,
you.
so please,
I'm
you
so-
can do justice to
I'm
that.
so lovable.
So thanks to all my guests and my beautiful listeners. We couldn't get any calls. Probably they've dropped message on the group on the Emirate Radio. So we'll do justice to that. Thanks for tuning in and listening to and watching us live on the social media platform. It is your wonderful and lovely radio station, Emirate Radio, which is located along Old Jeba Road. Our radio house is behind Federal Ministry of Environment, Old Jeba Road. Stay tuned, and I am your guest again, Bunmi Umar, First Lady Senator, on your lovely program in my school. My guest, I won't give you time to ask me that.
I'm not even asking.
First lady senator.
Yes. So join us next time, same station, on your lovely program in my school on Emirate Radio. And thanks to my wonderful engineer that make the day being wonderful and lovely, smoothly. Engineer Kunle, thanks once again. And thanks to the Emirate Radio crew, including the gate man. It's really wonderful, and I'm saying have a lovely weekend ahead, my guests and the schools at large.
Thank you.
Happy
Are
convocation.
you a business owner? Emirate Radio gives the opportunity for infant organization and commercials for advertisement and publicity on our varieties of shows and update for the growth and expansion of your commodity. Grab your opportunity today by sending a mail to info@emirateradio.ng. Call 0913 4158 376 or 0806 134 6946. Visit Emirate Radio House behind Federal Ministry of Environment off Old Jeba Road, Ilorin, Kwara State, Nigeria.